the embodiment of that reality. But we got to go in steps. So step one, take ownership, take responsibility. What did you do to create this? How were you involved? What did you miss? What could you have done differently, right? Wake up to that. Take responsibility, okay? But once you have that, it's time to let that thorn go too. Because who is going to take responsibility ultimately? Who is taking ownership, right? Only the ego. Ego is the sense of taking ownership. It actually really is. I did that. I did that. That was me. That is what the ego is. It's a function of the mind. But we've changed how that functioning works. Instead of, oh, this always happens to me. It's the same. You know, I'm responsible for being victimized, sort of. I'm responsible for having no part in this whatsoever. Now you're just changing that. You're saying, oh, I do have some responsibility and part in this. But more importantly than that, we want to go past that. We want to take that thorn and throw it away too. And so when we start to recognize and look that sense of doership is merely a function of the mind. It's something that you can be aware of. If you are aware of it, you are not it. You are subject, it is object. There's a difference. I can be aware of this. If I am aware of the sense of taking ownership, and you can be aware of this, you have to be very alert, highly awake to it. But when you see it and experience it directly, and you can start to say, oh, well, let's see, what should I have for, and then wait a minute. What am I going to make for, oh, wait a minute. Wait, what is who going to make? Oh, okay. That's the functioning of ego. That's the functioning of mind. Nothing wrong with it. Well, let's see. What does it think it's going to make for dinner tonight, right? There's nothing wrong with that. No problem. But if I want enlightenment, I have to let go of that sense of doership, that sense of ownership. I have to first see it as an object of awareness. It is not me. It is not what I am. So if it's not what I am, right, then that whole program starts to collapse. And a great freedom is experienced when that happens. But again, we have to go in steps. So if you want to get to freedom, to the experience of freedom, you may first have to take some ownership, right? But then you'll have to learn how to drop that as well. So again, we're going to be talking more about some of these fallacies in the upcoming future. If you haven't subscribed yet, please by all means do. I'm going to be sharing more and more cool videos, and I'm going to be answering some questions. If you guys have any questions about spirituality, waking up, non-duality, one of my viewers recently, Jamie, sent in a question about, states and non-duality. And what about this whole thing where some of these non-dual teachers are just really trying to attain a certain enlightened state and then maintain that state? But that actually isn't enlightenment. You see, enlightenment is your natural state. So it doesn't require maintenance. But in order to get that and have the realization, well, that's going to take some work, right? That's going to take some apparent doing. And so stuff is riddled with paradox, and that's why it can be confusing. But this is why we're going to have some more of these conversations, because I want to help you straighten some of this stuff out. I've spent thousands and thousands of hours in contemplation and things and studying this. And I've realized some things within myself. So that's what I want to share about. And for instance, the one, I hope this was helpful for you. By all means, take as much ownership as you possibly can of the problems and situations that you have created. But then at a certain point in time, if you want real freedom, you have to go past that as well. Anyways, it's been a pleasure connecting. I love you all so much. Koharlan here. Resistance is futile. And what is resistance to futility? Resistance to the truth is what is futile, my friends. So I will leave you with that, and I look forward to connecting again on another one real soon. Much love.